doing? Now, I know you're wondering one thing. Why am I dressed up? Well, I'm actually on my way to go do an audition in like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna do this real quick. I have a big treat for you guys. I got to talk to a bunch of really cool guys from the composition department of the Juilliard School. And they were so gracious, so much fun to work with, and I'm so excited for you guys to meet them and to hear what they have to say on how to get into Juilliard competition. So guys, what are some things that you wish you knew when you were going into your audition? What do you wish that people had told you beforehand?
I guess I wish I had known a little bit more recent repertoire, because from what I can remember of my interviews, it's all kind of a blur, but they did ask me a lot of questions about recent repertoire and I tanked on some of them. So yeah, really bone up on especially, American composers of the past 20, 30 years. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the pre-screening process? What's involved with that?
Okay, pre-screening, what you're gonna have to do is it's 15 minutes. You're gonna have to send in. Actually, I don't know. Someone else that.
What? 2 scores?
Yeah, 2 scores.
2 scores, and they have you like cut down to 7 minutes of audio of what you think is your best work.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but for your tape that you send into Juilliard, don't you have to have actual people play your compositions live?
Generally, yeah, they like to see live.
You want to avoid MIDI files,
Yeah.
even if the performance isn't stellar, it's not so great. They want to hear that you put the effort in to find musicians to get your work played. That's a big thing. Like, even if it doesn't sound good, it shows a lot, the fact that you put the work in to get your music.
Yeah.
And to show that you know how to work with people.
Yeah, that's huge. Because they're looking at you as a person as well as your music.
And frankly, even the best MIDI is not as good as a mediocre live recording.
Sure.
So even if you really know what you're doing in terms of levels and mixing and everything, it doesn't compare.
What type or types of music did you bring to your audition? Is there a certain compositional style that they favor over others?
They really don't care so much about what kind of music you write, so much as if you really believe in what you're doing.
Especially the variety over the past years, it just keeps getting wider and wider and wider.
Yeah.
So you can do anything as long as it's you, as long as it's your best.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a lot of pieces and you're really trying to narrow it down, just think of like what they'd be looking for. They're really looking for quality. It's not necessarily the style.
The three of us write really very different music, but I think we're all pretty committed to the kind of music we write, and that's what they look for.
And being able to articulate what that is that you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Just being able to verbally express that to them is huge. Just showing you have that intellectual curiosity and ambition.
But also remember that you only have you have a pretty small time frame, and they're gonna want to talk to you and ask questions.
Right.
So it's not gonna be all spent on the score. They might flip through it. They're not gonna be able to hear everything. So make sure when you go in there, you start with your strongest. A lot of the times it's up to you. Maybe they might pick a specific one, but really know kind of the order of what you want to show things. Maybe ask if they want to start at a different part of the piece. If it has a slow build, maybe get them to the meat of the stuff.
How much knowledge of compositional technique did you have when you auditioned?
Minimal?
I'll let you take this one. Yeah.
Minimal? Really? Pretty much feel like I was walking into like a blank slate in some ways. I came to composition pretty late in the game. I didn't have a ton of formal training in it. Maybe 3 or 4 years of composing when I applied here even. And I met him through the internet before I even applied, Facebook, holler. But
No, it was OkCupid. He's kidding.
it definitely was OkCupid. I just didn't want to compromise him at that point. Anyway, but I was able to show him my music when he was a grad student there. He talked to me a bit just about what I was doing, and I felt pretty overwhelmed with what I didn't know compared to what he was just sharing with me. So I just felt like the bridge was just an unattainable gap. But never feel like you're out of the game. Just bring the best of you, and they'll see that.
Yep.
They'll see that you're willing to work hard.
They look for potential over raw skill.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And that's one of the key things, because I started in college, undergrad, started composing. And I know several other people did. They were mainly performers, and they completely understand that. So the variety is huge. Some people are career composers. They've been doing it since they're little. They're fantastic. Some people are late in the game. Some are older, some are younger. It's really all about who you are as a person and a composer, and what can they do with you. Because if you're already there, what, if there's not much they can teach you, why would they take you?
Yeah.
It's really all about the potential.
They know at this level that you're going to have deficiencies, that you're going to have weaknesses, and it's their job, if they really see something special in the art that you're creating, it's their job to take you in and help you iron out those weaknesses.
So I've talked to a couple people and I've heard that the entrance exam is mostly theory-based and it's based off of the degree that you're going to be going for. So if you're going for a bachelor's degree, it's not as hard as a master's or a doctoral program. But it's supposed to really just kind of show where you are with your theory so that your teacher can help you fill in the gaps where your knowledge may be. I heard it was kind of crazy. What was your guys' experience with that?
I've repressed that one.
Yeah, do you guys still remember that? Have you not drank that off?
It's tough.
It's intense.
It's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
But don't freak out. It's kind of like Men in Black, where they would go into the room and they're all taking the test.
Yeah.
And just they get to drag the table over.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's less about making sure you know every single thing there is to know about music theory and composing and whatnot. Then it's more about gauging what your level is.
I bombed very certain portions of that test. Like,
So did I.
bombed.
I bombed.
Like, I walked in that room just like, okay, because I'm gonna like not do this anymore.
Yeah.
Composing at all. But no, it's just for them to see where you're at, where you can grow, and what you are good at. They're, like you said, they're really just looking for your strengths and
Yeah.
where your weaknesses can combat that.
Yeah.
They don't want to know that you're some super genius.
Yeah. But if you are,
They're not
that's
worried
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that, don't let it deter you.
Yeah, but absolutely. Like some people, I know several, including me, who just did not do well at all, and some who could walk out with a perfect score. But it didn't matter. Some of those who got perfect scores are not with us.
It's really, in the end, it's all about
It's
the music.
all about you
It's-
and the
yeah.
music. They understand.
For all the listeners out there, guys, is there any one thing a person could do every single day that would help increase their chances of being accepted into Juilliard composition?
What I do is, you can kind of develop a strategy of maybe like for this teacher, I might show him this, I might study on history, brush up on theories. All the basics are things you would know already.
So how would you find out what
Yeah.
a teacher is looking for? Would you email them?
Yeah, maybe it's just study their music, ask other students. Reach out. We're all friendly. We'd love to help you. Even just shoot a message. We'll probably give you 10 paragraphs of each little detail of what to do. And then just say thank you at the end. We're glad. We want you to come here. We loved it. We want more people to experience it.
Yeah.
But one of the main things I'd say is we kind of keep brushing on this, is that they're selecting a person. They're not selecting your music. So if you're ever nervous about like, oh, I'm not sure if this is the right place, the right thing, give it a shot. But they want to see you. They want to know who you are. Only a small portion of that interview is spent looking at the music. A lot of it is spent discussing, asking questions, trying to start a conversation, because they're going to spend the next 2 years with you. So they want to know they have someone that they like and that they can work with. So just be yourself and you'll be fine.
It's important to learn to practice talking about your music, especially the pieces that you bring in, because if they sense that you kind of just did this piece for no reason and didn't really know what you were doing, that's going to shoot you in the foot. So if you know how to articulate what you were after in a piece, then that's really going to help a lot. And with what Trevor was saying, yeah, it really is. A lot of it is about you as a person. And for me, it goes against every instinct I have, but just practice talking about yourself. Practice talking yourself up. Why should you accept me into this school?
Don't be afraid to get uncomfortable. Like explore things you don't understand or don't know often, regularly. Listen to music you don't necessarily like just to see what it's doing. It's a lot just to show and be diverse, to go in there and be able to talk about things even if you don't like it. Be able to articulate why you don't like it.
Right.
Just show that you're genuine and you have a conscious intellectual engagement with your art. Period. I think that's valid. That's valuable.
Are there any last thoughts or advice that you would like to give the aspiring composers who may be watching this video?
Write good music, but more importantly, believe that it's good music.
Write your music.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sticking around for this long video, guys. I hope it really helped you. If you have any more questions, especially for these guys that you saw in the video, check the description box below and I'll have some information in how you can get in contact with them. Because we're all here to help you, and that's why we're doing this video. We want to see you succeed. And more than anything else, guys, just remember to believe in yourself. That's the most important thing. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, it'll help me out so much. And since you made it this far, you might as well subscribe, because I love you, baby. Come here. All joking aside, seriously, feel free to comment, follow me on all my platforms, because I want to interact with you, and I want to bring you content that you want to see. And if you got some more time, my last video is like right here. If you just click on it, it's like right here. It's right here.
Always use general MIDI on surveillance. They don't want to see recordings. Always use MIDI. MIDI is for winning.
Just bring in a score of Mahler too. They won't notice.
They don't really know their stuff.
Yeah,
They don't care about Mahler at all. Or Brahms even.
If you have big ideas, you need big paper. So always get the biggest paper.
Okay, that actually applies to me.
It's true. It's proven. I just brought in a sheet of cardboard.
Music is never funny.
Did you notice the gradation of beards throughout the video?
Always make
planned
sure you
this.
wear a purple sweater.
And this.
If you want to get in, you have to wear a purple sweater.
Yeah. They're big on that.
You won't get in.
Oh, talk about how much you hate Mozart. That'll really get their attention.
Be a rebel.
Yeah.
Mozart was vastly overrated.
Always refer to yourself in the third person
Yes.
throughout the interview.
Yes. All important.
AJ wrote a string quartet today.
You would like to accept it.
He also wrote one yesterday, and the day before that.
AJ is on fire.
AJ is on fire.
If you get asked any history questions about if you know this composer, just say, I know you are, but what am I?
We'll talk to you later, guys. Peace and hugs, y'all.